Hi, I'm Jack Shilley and welcome to another RHS Chelsea Flower Show 2016 video. In this video I'm going to be sharing with you my top picks for plants from Chelsea, and I'll be showing you how you can get the Chelsea look at home. The RHS Chelsea Flower Show, as you will have seen, is packed full of really nice plants that create a dramatic effect when used together. I've picked out some of my favourite plants and some of the most common plants from this year's show to share with you today. Now, all of the plants here are fairly easy to look after, and one by one I'll talk you through where they need to be positioned and what they're going to grow like. Now, these Digitalis Foxgloves are a staple Chelsea Flower Show plant. You'll find them in varying different shades and sizes in most of the main avenue gardens at the show, and they're a really easy plant to look after actually. They like a fully sunny spot or somewhere that's partially shady to grow, and they are biennials, which means that they complete their life cycle in 2 years. So the first year they grow foliage, the second year they flower, and then the plant dies. So you need to make sure that you're sowing seeds regularly for these Digitalis to make sure you've got plants growing at different stages, so you'll have a nice display each year. Now, these are in their second year of growth at the moment, but what you can do with these flowering spikes is let them actually go to seed. That will mean the hard work is done for you. The plant will disperse the seeds into the soil around it, and the plants will start to germinate and grow from next year. But a great plant, and one that looks really stunning, a whole burst of colour, and one that's heavily used at the show. Next on your list for Chelsea plants to put in your garden at home should be Lupins. Now, Lupins haven't been as popular as the Foxgloves at this year's show, but they are a great plant nonetheless. They have these fantastic, really beautiful tall flower spikes that are borne above the foliage, and they're also perennial, which means once you planted them they will die back in the winter but also come back and flower again the following year. So a really easy plant to look after. Make sure that once the foliage and the flowers have started to die down, give them a cut to make sure that this doesn't linger over the winter. And that's all there really is to keeping Lupins. A really great plant with beautiful flowers, perfect for your garden. So next on my list of top plants from the Chelsea Flower Show this year are Aquilegias. I have two varieties of them here. This one here is called Blue Barlow, and this one is called Nora Barlow. Both fantastically delicate flowers with a really deep purple and a nice kind of pink and green hue on the Nora Barlow. Aquilegias are perennial clump forming plants, so eventually the plant will widen itself just naturally over time and produce a load more flowers than this. Being perennial, they will again die down in the winter and come back again the following year ready to flower. So again, fairly low maintenance. Choose a site that's either fully sunny or partially shady for your Aquilegia. Once they finish flowering, cut the flowering spikes back down, and once the foliage has died down later in the year, make sure you cut that down as well. But super easy plants and a great way to add a bit of height and colour to your herbaceous displays. The Allium is another staple plant from the Chelsea Flower Show. With these amazing showy blooms in purple and blue tints, it's not surprising that they're found everywhere at the show. The foliage is fairly insignificant on these bulbs. It's truly all about the flowers. What you need to do with these is choose a really sunny spot in soil that's really well draining. If they're put into soil that's quite wet and quite damp, the bulbs will rot and you won't get very good plants. A great plant to have in the garden. Pick somewhere that's nice and sunny and you'll be absolutely fine. Another easy to look after top pick from Chelsea this year are herbaceous geraniums. Now, this variety called Orion is a deep purple, almost blue coloured geranium. They're low growing. This is only going to get to about 0.6 metres, so 60 centimetres, and will spread to about 1 metre wide as well. So quite a nice low growing perennial for the edge of a border. They don't mind it being partially shady, but they also don't mind it being full sun either. But a super easy to look after plant that will die down in the winter and come back the following year with a whole abundance of these beautifully coloured deep blue flowers. Another great Chelsea Flower Show bulb is the Agapanthus. Now Agapanthus come in blues, purples and whites, and they really are sun worshippers. They need somewhere that's fully sunny. They like soil that is really well draining. They don't like to have wet feet at all. And they need to be kept somewhere that's relatively frost-free and sheltered during the winter. Once you've got those conditions sorted, these plants will flower in abundance year on year with these beautiful flower spikes that are covered in these deep blue flowers. A great plant and seen a lot at Chelsea. Another great low-growing plant in a similar kind of colour is Salvia. So this is a salvia called Caradonna. It's a herbaceous perennial again, so will die down in the winter. And this is about its maximum height, so about 30 to 40 centimetres. And it produces these beautiful deep purple flower spikes throughout the summer. Choose somewhere that's well lit and has got free draining soil, and this plant will be absolutely fine. They're really easy to look after and don't require much TLC at all. So there we have it. Those were my top picks for plants from Chelsea this year. I hope that I've shown you how you can create the Chelsea look in your own garden at home with just these few simple plants. And I'm sure you'll agree from looking at them grouped together as they are at the moment that it creates a really great look. Thanks very much for watching this video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future video updates. And be sure to follow me on my social media links as well to be kept in the loop with everything that's happening. Twitter is @JackShilley, Facebook is facebook.com/Jack Shilley Gardener, and I'm also on Instagram @JackShilley. And I'll see you in the next video.